Hi, my name's Yvonne and I'm a UK Stampin' Up demonstrator, and what I'm going to show you today is a really easy way to do lots of cards. So this is what I'm going to show you, and it is from the Joyful Holly stamp set. As you can see, so there's different versions of this, but I'll show you the basic version and then I'll show you the more stepped up version. So I'm going to be using the Stamparatus today, and if you haven't got one of these, they are really good, especially if you're doing lots of cards, the same thing. So I'm just going to get my plate in. So you, as I say, I've been using this, so it's a little bit mucky at the moment. I just need to clean it down a minute. So you get two plates with the Stamparatus, and what it does is helps you to put your stamps on, and then you can repeatedly stamp multiple times and it stays in the same position. Right, so I've got my cardstock, which is from A4 cardstock, so it's cut at 10.5 centimetres and scored at 14.8 centimetres, or 4¼ inches cut at and then scored at 5 7/8. Right, so the colour I'm going to be using is garden green, and this is the only colour apart from Crumb cake we're actually going to be using. So I'm just going to ink up my stamps. Don't worry about the bits over, because it won't pick them up. So I'm just pressing firmly, and then rubbing well. Yep, there we go. Right, so that's that part done. I'm going to close that up and move it across there. Now the second part is the sentiment. So I'm going to be using my Post-it punch. So we'll just get some card. I thought I'd already got some out, but I haven't. This is just my little packet of all my little scraps, so I can just get in there for anything that I want. Right, so the sentiment I'm going to be using is "May your season be merry and bright," and I put it on a block, and I'm just going to use Crumb cake for this. So just stamp it on there. There we go. And I'm going to punch it out. That's fine. Now I've got some cherry Cobbler cardstock here. So I've already cut it to the right size there, which will be 5.5 centimetres by 5 centimetres, or no, yeah, foot by 4 centimetres, or it's 2 inches by 2 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to cut this down to what I need it to be, which is the not the, is that the 4? And just make sure that's right. Yeah, it's the 4 centimetre. And there we go. So I've just made a little mat. Now I'm going to just stick this on the back using my Tombow. So you can have these pre-prepared before you even do any of your holly stamping. So that's all done. Now I'm just going to bring back in my card, and I'm going to colour in the berries in real red with the Stampin' Right marker. I'm just going to come in. This is just a 1 layer stamp. If you wanted to, you wouldn't even have to put the cherry cobbler. You could just stamp it directly onto there if you want to, and it's entirely up to you whether you do it flat or whether you raise it up. I think in this instance I'm going to be raising it up. So I'm just using some of my scraps of the dimensionals, because scraps using things up's good, especially for card makers. Never waste anything. Just going to peel these backings off. They'll go everywhere. So there you go, that's the first card. So it's really simple. As I say, you just stamp in the holly leaf, colour in the berries, and then stamp in your sentiment. Now this can quite easily be done without the Stamparatus. You can just use your block and stamp either side, and then do exactly what I've done. So there we go. So the next one, again, I'm using the same stamp set, and I'm using the same colour ink pad. I'm just going to clean that off because I've got some ink on the mat. So when you get your Stamparatus, you'll receive a pad that is for any of the photopolymer stamp sets. So if you've got a red rubber stamp set, like, let me just find one, like this one, you wouldn't use this mat, you just use the base. But anything for photopolymer, you need a mat underneath it. I'm just going to clear this down. So for the squeaking, and now you can see why I get ink all over my hands. Never mind. Right, let's do the next one then. Make sure I've got the right thing. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So again, I'm using my garden green. It's always preferable to have a stamp set just underneath your Stamparatus so that your plate's level. Let's stamp on that. There we go. Now this time I'm going to be stamping in the leaves. So, oh, I've got another plate with the actual holly leaves, the inner bits. So I'm going to take my card out for a second, and then I'm going to use some scrap paper. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to ink up again with the garden green. Ink it up, that's fine. And then I'm going to take scrap paper out. I'm not going to re-ink. I'm just going to put my card back in the right position, and then I'm going to press down. So what this is doing is giving a second inking of the colour. So it's going to be a much lighter colour. There you go. So there you can see the colours now in the holly leaf. Well, I'll take that out, and now I'm going to do exactly the same. Just fold that over. So I'm going to ink up again with my crumb cake. Use the punch. You don't have to use this punch. If you just want to do a normal mat, it will be 1 3/8 by 2 inches or 3.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. But if you've got this particular punch, then this stamp sentiment fits in it lovely. Right, let me close that up, and then we'll just finish off with this one. Oops. And there we go. I've got the right length, so I just need to cut down. I keep hiding things on my desk at the moment. That's 2. Is that 2? No. That's... That's fine. So again, I'm just going to put the glue on the back. With you putting glue on here, then at least you can position it if it's not quite right. And then again, I'm going to leave this flat. And that is that card. So this is a really easy way of mass producing Christmas cards. I just need to colour in the berries, I forgot. Now what I'm going to show you now is the stepped up versions of this particular card. So I cased this from our annual our mini seasonal catalogue, the autumn and winter one. And there we go. So now I'm going to show you the ones that I've done and I've stepped up. So here I've used a different tag. I've used the tailored tag, and I've actually used some DSP. So the DSP I've been using is 'Tis the Season, which is 6x6 designer series paper. and I've actually put some little gems on some of the holly berries as well. So I made the card slightly smaller, probably half a centimetre smaller or a little bit more than a standard card. I've cut the DSP to the card size, and then I've wrapped the ribbon behind the stamped card and positioned it, and then just done the sentiment with the tailor tag punch, and then just did another tailor tag at the back just to offset it. So there we go, that's that one. Here I've done another one where I've used a different DSP, but it's the same 'Tis the Season DSP. Again, some little gems in some of the hollies, and a different paper and a different way round. This particular ribbon is actually white, so I've used the alcohol markers to actually colour it. So that looks really effective. And finally, we have another one here, DSP again, with the tailor tag punch, and then I put some, instead of ribbon, I put this, don't know exactly what it's called. It's from the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack, but it's a gold thread. So I've just wrapped that around 3 times and then attached it to the back of the DSP. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this this session on doing quick cards. I'll leave everything for the links below, so you'll be able to have a look. But this is a really great stamp set, and it's got some really nice sentiments on it to put on the outside of your card and the inside. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you'd like to subscribe, please do so, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye bye.